Welcome to...
Well?
Welp. What happened to that footage? Oh, I have it. Welcome to today's episode of KORRACAST. We're going to be talking about the episode Operation Beifong.
I don't know if your head should be tilted that low.
Yeah. Welcome to today's episode of KORRACAST. We're going to be talking about Operation...
Beifong.
It's like I choked on... We're going to be doing our Book 4 wrap-up live stream a week after the finale airs, after Christmas. So drink your eggnog, open your presents, then tune in for a very special series finale live stream. Will I burn this down?
You can't say that on television. You can't say that on television.
You can't say, will I burn this place to the ground?
That's still kind of a bad
Will
word.
I burn this place to the ground?
That's better.
not word.
No, that's better. That's probably good. Okay, Korra, she's trying to convince the spirits to join forces. Let's beat the bad guys. Let's beat the Kuveras.
Well, she's not trying anymore. She just gave up.
She sucks at being the Avatar, usually. And she certainly did today, let me tell you.
I gotta say that I don't think that it's her sucking anymore. Like, this season she has tried a lot. Like, some of it I do think that is her character. Come on, Korra. Come on, you know better than that. But a lot of it is like... She's trying to do things, and she's coming up against brick wall, and people are just like, well, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, we know that they're going to come around eventually. She will convince them through some way or another. They're not just going to, they're out of the series forever. That was their entire arc, that spirits
also,
disappear into
Are there only 12 spirits in the entire spirit world?
Yeah.
Just so happened that Carrot Spirit and them came back?
Is the eel bird from the labyrinth, is that their president?
I know, I was like, who the hell is this guy? He's like, we're not going to help you. I'm like, who are you?
Like,
where'd you come from?
We'll help. He doesn't
yeah, like, this asshole's here. Like, okay.
Also, what happened to... Where's Zahir? Because they made a point of saying he could go into the spirit world.
And maybe he will. Maybe that's how they'll eventually convince the spirits to join forces.
I'm not entirely expecting to see Zahir again. I think it'd be cool, but I kind of almost feel like he served his purpose. So, we'll see. It'd be cool if he pops up in the finale. Yeah,
that would be cool. But, okay, so you're right. I think Korra is doing the right thing. She's trying to convince them, and her argument was sound and it was good. The spirits are just being dumb faces.
I mean, I think you said it earlier, or a couple episodes ago, when Korra lost to Kuvira, and you're like, she didn't earn that victory, right?
Yeah.
I think that these last couple episodes are really building towards
I think so too.
Her earning a victory.
Her earning it. Like, it's going to be, like, she's earned it because she's actually been, we've seen her go through and fail, and when she's been doing good stuff.
They've been...
So it's building to, like, she's gonna do something.
And it hasn't quite hit home yet. She hasn't, like, had that moment where she's just gonna, like, come back into her own, regain all that confidence that she's lost. Because now she's really struggling. She's really pushing hard. She's giving it all her heart.
It's a realistic build, I think.
Yeah,
it's not like the end of season 1 where she can automatically airbend. It's not like a lot of how these seasons ended where she's like, I'm badass and I've won now. Like,
where she didn't really earn it.
At this point, I feel like I will be satisfied with her victory in the finale because she's really put a lot of work into it.
Yeah.
A+, Korra.
And I think the thing that kind of makes us feel that way is this one feels like it's been more of a 2-season build, at least. Because
absolutely.
The continuity between seasons 3 and 4 feels like the strongest out of any other seasons, right?
Yeah.
So,
but then again, also this episode continued the streak of making Book 2 relevant. Again, good. So really, just Book 1 sucks.
Wait, what is? Is that right?
Well, in a way, what we're talking about, because we felt that Book 1, her victory was so unearned, it makes this victory going to feel all the more better.
It really is.
I mean, it does kind of make sense, too, in the way the production went, in that Book 1 was like, we'll see what happens. And then 3 seasons of greenlit Korra, whatever, you know, so that kind of makes sense a little bit in that sense, too.
I think it's good.
There's layers. It's meta.
I have onions. Onions have layers.
No, right? Ogres have layers.
You're not allowed. Once we step into this room, you can't talk about Shrek. You have to understand.
Nobody established.
There are no Shrek signs on that door.
That's just like
nobody once informed me I couldn't talk about Shrek on KORRACAST. Shrek.
All right,
put pictures of Shrek.
Up next.
Is this the Shrekening?
Shrek is love.
That's
Shrek
a good title.
All right, let's talk about the other story.
Operation Beifong.
The one that the episode was titled for, Operation Beifong. Man, Beifong's coming out of every direction in this one.
wouldn't put it quite like that.
I didn't like the way you said that, because now I'm thinking of like a bit. I don't want to say what I was thinking.
What are you thinking about?
Look,
Hey, so we learned a lot of things, and I mean, man.
Well, we actually didn't learn a lot.
Okay, we didn't learn a lot of things, but we got some resolution, which I think we were all looking for.
we talked about this in another episode, the one where they brought Toph back. We're like, well, this better not be a one-note thing, like, hey, look, it's Toph, you like her. They actually bothered to resolve it and bridge the, disconnect between her and her daughters.
Yeah, I thought they did a good job of also it not being too cheesy. Like, look, we're never gonna be like perfect, like
Right.
But hey, don't hate me, right?
That was very realistic.
Yeah, that's why I thought they did a good job of that. I do think it's kind of curious though, because we were all kind of expecting this showdown with Toph and this Avatar tree, which never happened. That was just like, left. Yeah, whatever, they're gone, and they kind of built that up. So I thought that was kind of weird. And then we kind of were almost going to see a showdown between Toph and... Oh, like, here's the showdown.
Right.
It kind of shows, like, more like what you were talking about early on, where Toph was kind of trying to train Korra, but she was basically just putting her down. That Toph is basically taking the stand of, I'm just going to let the world do whatever the heck it wants, and I'm going to stand off to the side and just kind of look down on it. Like, she looks down on Kuvira for what she's doing, but she's not willing to stop her. Yeah. Like, she doesn't fight her. She could have fought her right there, instead of her saying, you give, metal benders a bad name, well, then just kill her. I don't know. You have that power, probably. Yeah, just kill her.
But the line she says at the very end was a joke. But again, I think it kind of has some meaning too. And she's like, "This is why Qatar never got involved with the Civil War." Like, oh, writers, you're so funny. But it's also like, look, she says it's for you young people to deal with, and it's what I've been saying the whole time. It's time for the older generation. Like, this is Korra and Wu and Mako and blah blah blah. They have to do this. In terms of practical sense, yeah, if you see a mass murder, you probably should stop them. But in terms of storytelling and thematically, Toph can't take down Kuvira. That would be stupid. That wouldn't make any sense for a good show.
No, okay, it wouldn't make sense for a good show, but I mean, considering everything that Toph has done, and I mean, her entire purpose in the original series was to go with Aang and help defeat this ultimate evil. Nothing should have changed in her mind that if you see something that is a threat globally, you should just in good conscience want to take that out.
What happened?
What happened?
He said C. She's blind.
Chris,
look, we don't send our geriatrics to war. We send our 20-something-year-olds. Okay. Look, Toph paid her dues. Okay.
Can you put geriatrics in the title of your show?
Geriatrics 101.
Toph paid her dues. Exactly. She helped take down the Fire Lord.
Yeah.
It is next generation. This is Avatar: The Next Generation. It would be a better title than The Legend of Korra.
Okay, wait. You mentioned Star Trek. I was actually going to make a Star Trek reference right there. Yes.
I don't even watch Star Trek.
Then get out. Okay, we'll check it out.
High five, get out.
Let me just make my point, then get out of here.
Can we make that a meme? High five, get out.
Okay, I agree with what you guys are saying. But I think the reason Toph doesn't fight isn't necessarily because she's too old. I think on a one-on-one fight, she's too old to take down Kuvira. But regardless of that, I think Toph is making a conscious choice to not take her out or even attempt to, because she's like, no, this isn't my fight. This is the next generation's fight.
Exactly.
In addition to the thematic elements that a good show, good story writing, it goes to follow that would happen. I think Toph, as a character, is making that choice. I mean, yeah, she is very I don't care, I'm just looking at it for my own. She's doing that because she goes, okay, I'm just going to secure my own. I'm going to let the next generation take this. Bro, this is a fight that they need to learn to fight. Just like in Star Trek, if you remember...
I don't, but...
Episode 256... No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. But in the new Star Trek film, Spock said he doesn't tell them too much information because no, the relationship between Kirk and Spock needs to be an organically forged relationship. Okay. Yeah, he could have stepped in and done everything, but no, he's like, no, I'm not going to deprive you of that relationship, of that bond. And I think that's the same thing that's
happening. I'm not going to deprive this world of a genocide. I need it to happen.
Yes.
This is why I disagree with your point, and this is actually what I think Toph's standpoint is. If you think about it in terms of, Toph is about the same age that Bumi was in the original series. Bumi's whole idea, remember when they went back to Amashu, and Bumi just didn't care that the Fire Nation was trying to take over. He was just waiting and listening for the right moment to strike back, which was during the solar eclipse. It could be that Toph is waiting for the right moment to kind of prove her point, and it's probably going to be in the finale. Same with how Bumi's was.
I mean, that is I'm saying in terms of a real-world scenario, yeah, obviously you would want to stop a genocide, but I think you made a good point about it being her character, and I think that would be a kind of cool thing. This is her character growth.
Yeah.
I do want to stop Kuvira. I do want to fight Kuvira, but I can't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And also, Vince, I mean, you make a good point, but, I mean, Bumi and Toph are two different people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
So also, Bumi may indeed want to, he doesn't care about all the parts that me and Sean were talking about. He may indeed want to punch.
Well, you also have to look at it. Bumi was
crazy.
Yeah,
he's a senile old man.
He was much. I think he was much less senile than Toph. Bumi was a king. He was the king of Omashu, and he had to look out.
That wasn't
for
a good
people.
idea.
Well, where's Bumi now?
Well, he's probably dead.
No,
he's
they
like
were
200.
Bumi.
That guy's old.
We haven't seen those guys in a while.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Look, you're right. Old people, you can't, file every old person into like a definitive, like this is what old people are, and they always will be. They're gonna be different people. It's just that I was kind of hoping that Toph would, at this point, considering how we saw her in the original series, that she would be a better person.
Look, Vince.
I agree. I'm saying that I think that this episode might show that she is a better person.
That's what I'm saying. That's my
because
argument.
she's not fighting.
Exactly.
You just saw a giant weapon blow a hole in a mountain, and you're not going to try to stop it.
I understand what you're saying.
Are you an idiot?
I understand
you have the
your
power.
words,
It's like
but
the
not your
Avatar.
thoughts.
It's like an Avatar is really old. And say you got Kyoshi, who lived to be 230. And she's 197. She's like, man, I'm 197. I'm still the Avatar, though. I have a responsibility. I've had the responsibility for that long a time. I'm just going to let the world do whatever it wants for the next 40 years. Now I'm dead. You still have that power to shape the world and help it become a better place. Why not use that power? You can do something.
Because then you're Kuvira.
Why?
Because it's imperialism. You're exerting your power over someone else just because you feel it's right.
But it's different because Kuvira is using it for destruction. You're using it for peace.
What the specifics of peace or war or whatever, I mean, that Kuvira would say she's using it for peace.
Yeah.
But it's not, though. You see that it's destroying the world.
Regardless of all that, it doesn't matter. It comes down to the storytelling mechanics of, one, Korra has to be the one to take down Kuvira. You're not going to have Toph take down Kuvira.
I know.
Right?
I know.
Right.
But also, I think, even if you don't agree with the rest of this, Ryan and I think that it works on another level in that it's a character growth for Toph.
Yes.
And it speaks thematically to what this show is about. And that partially what it's about in terms of a new generation becoming leaders.
Okay.
Right.
Whether you agree with that, you don't have to agree with that
also,
part. I think
that it was crucial, though, for Korra to be there for when Toph did that then. Because I think that Korra needed to hear that more than any of the other characters in that scene.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. And also, okay, so the spirits are eventually going to join up with Korra, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
And I think what they're going to do is give her like their spirit power, and the Kuvira's going to shoot that spirit ray at Republic City. Okay, right? Wait, just bear with me. Do you see where?
Korra's going to shoot?
Kuvira's going to shoot the spirit ray at Republic City. And then Korra is gonna get all that spirit power, and she's gonna shoot a huge Kamehameha at the beam battle.
And there's gonna be
all kinds of beam battle.
There's gonna be all kinds of plasma come out of it in the middle, and it's gonna the meeting point's gonna go back and forth just like this. It's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, I really hate to use this kind of comparison. Okay, Kung Fu Panda 2.
I don't remember Kung Fu Panda 2 at all.
The peacock creates fireworks.
That was the
which
not
is like
good
a
Kung Fu
weapon
Panda.
that nobody else has. Okay, and in the end of it.
You know what's a better analogy? The Manhattan Project. But okay, go ahead.
Remember Skadoosh? Remember that, guys?
He does do Skadoosh at the end.
What about Harry Potter?
But it's a weapon. It's a projectile weapon that nobody else has at that point. And then Ko is in the Avatar universe. Po, the panda, is able to redirect it, and he's able to do something that nobody else can do. And obviously, Korra is going to probably take in the energy or shoot it back out at the cannons.
All agree on the...
absolutely.
That's going to happen. That's definitely going to happen.
The weapon is obviously going to get turned against Kuvira. Because, which she should probably know that. Considering how the Avatar has a very strong spiritual power, that shooting some sort of spirit energy at her, it's not going to kill her. She should know. I don't know. I don't know what Kuvira should and shouldn't know. But she's going to lose.
Okay, viewers, today's viewer response question is, who do you think would win a fight if they did fight, Toph or Kuvira? Tell us your answers, why don't you?
That's a really good question. I didn't hear it. Man, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good question.
You tell us who was right.
Well, let's just say who we think. I think Kuvira would win.
I think Kuvira would win.
I think Kuvira would win. Toph's too darn old.
She's a bad
Toph
bag.
Toph would win.
Well, those of you who think that Vince is the prettiest, just write down that Kavira would win. Toph
And we
would
know
win.
that's the reason why you voted for Vince. So don't try to give us any other arguments other than his pretty face. It's pretty face.
I mean, we had
It's
the argument
pretty,
way back in the original
delicious,
series who would have
smooth,
won.
but chiseled. He's got a little gruff on there. He's got a nice mustache going on.
Look at this shirt.
I'm just thinking about
Very
my
soft.
body
It's
and
very
all the
soft to the
future
touch.
mustaches I'm gonna have. This is gonna be
I'm
great.
cutting this. DP, call cut.
Wait at the camera. Wait at the camera.
So, who was Lynn's dad again?
Some dude.
All right, and
Got it.
that is exactly how I wanted that scene to play out.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter. Although it kind of brings up this like that Toph. No, I don't care about some guy, and Opal only caring about Bolin when he becomes some godlike hero.
Yeah.
Women can't love,
Well, no, they can.
right? Am I right? High five.
Everybody get in here.
Yeah.
Everybody get in here. He needs this.
I
don't know why are we hugging. Under what circumstances?
Oh, you already
Yeah.
sang them. You can't sing two songs. The
Tell
same.
me what.